Hi traders, thanks for stopping by thetradinganalyst.com. This is Taylor and we're going to take a look at a bunch of different stocks here, and I'm going to give my analysis and thought process. And the idea here is for you to come away from this video with some newfound knowledge on technical analysis as well as some profitable trade ideas here on these individual names. But first, if you're not already a member, go ahead and visit us on the homepage of the website www.thetradinganalyst.com and get to know us a little bit better. If you like the free videos and analysis we give to you on a daily basis, it's nothing compared to the membership at thetradinganalyst.com. Once you sign up, you're going to be able to take part in the professional chat room, daily watch lists, the real-time profitable trade alerts, which are not only given in the live chat room, but also via text message and email for those of you that can't be in front of the computer screen all day long. You're also going to get the exclusive daily member videos, webinars, and an education from mentors like myself who truly care about your success in the market. It's a great opportunity and we'd love to help you. Alright, so we're going to take a look at Apple first, and I want to point out a couple things here on Apple. We're just going to review. We liked Apple for a long back here. Once it broke over this downtrend line right here, we actually got long at our site and the members took profits, as well as myself, up here near 118. We took profits on this day right there as it hit that target on that first day right there. Now moving forward, we were looking for a potential short on Apple, and we liked it for a short ever since it broke that trend line right there, and you can see it retested. It broke it here, retested it from the underside, and then broke down, and we liked it for a short ever since then. Now moving into more recent action, we broke this uptrend line. Here's a touch, there's a touch, there's a touch, and then we broke it right here, and you can see we came back, retested it from the underside, and then broke down. You can see the last few days have had heavier volume, so that you can see there's quite a bit of sellers here. So now this 111 mark is going to be that resistance level that if you're short Apple, you want to see Apple hold below. So 111 is going to be resistance, and then the best support that we have for Apple is going to be down here near 102.50 approximately. You can see this is where we bounced right here in the early days of September, as well as here in late July. That is the best support level for Apple, as well as the 200-day moving average is down there as well. We also have a pretty decent level of support down here at about $100. You can see it was resistance several days right here, and then several days right here. So between 102.50 and $100 is going to be that nice support level here for Apple, where we could potentially get a bounce. But 111 resistance in the meantime. The next one we're going to cover is Amazon. And Amazon, not as clean of a pattern as Apple, so I'm just going to go over some levels here on Amazon. We had this support right here at 755 that we pointed out last time. We got a bounce from it, but we came back up and retested this previous resistance and got rejected. Now we broke below this support right here at 755 and came back down and retested this 728 level. So now this 755 level is going to be that resistance, and then 728 is still support. If we break below 728, the next support is right around 680 to 685 based off of these lows right here, as well as these highs right there, as well as these highs over here. So that the biggest level here on Amazon is between 680 and 685 because it's really got the most touches. And you also have the 200-day moving average, which has gotten bounced on several times here around that level as well. So pay attention to those levels and you should do just fine. The next chart we're going to cover is Google. And Google, you can see here, We did like it for a short ever since it broke below this trend line. You can see that we headed lower ever since, so congrats if you followed along on Google. Now we're at a support level here about 770. You can see it was the low of this day right here, the low of this day, and you can see we closed right at it, just above it on Friday. So that's a level of support here on Google. Now I want to back it up and show you the weekly chart here on Google to give you a little bit of perspective. So Google has been in an uptrend and has a very clean uptrend line here going back all the way to 2008, the summer of 2008. So there's another touch right there, a touch, few touches right there, several touches right here, a touch right here, and we haven't come to test it just yet, and that could get a bounce here. Now, if Google breaks this trend line, that's going to be trouble here for Google, okay? So you want to really pay attention to this uptrend line if you're bullish or even if you're bearish on Google, because it's definitely something that will matter. The next one we're going to take a look at is Facebook. And first I'm going to cover the daily, then I'll cover the weekly chart here. So in the meantime, in the near term, we have resistance up here at 124.21. You can see a couple touches right there. Again, it's not a major resistance, but it is a short-term level right here. The next level you want to look at is this uptrend line that is best viewed on the weekly chart. You can see how many bounces we've gotten off of it. And this is going back to the beginning of 2014. So for about 2.5 years here, we've had this trend line that has given Facebook a bounce. It's also a bottom of the channel that it's been in. You can see that the top channel line has been resistance as well. And that's a really nice uptrend channel to be trading against. You also have touches here, here. We broke below it right here on the daily chart, but it ended up closing above it on the weekly chart, okay? We've got a touch here, several touches here, here's a touch, and you can see we barely closed below it here on the weekly time frame last week. Not really enough for me to consider this a true break, but you really want to see if we have another close below 119 this following week, and that's going to spell trouble here for Facebook, and Facebook is most likely going to be headed lower here in the long term if that's happening. So definitely pay attention to this level on Facebook. The next one we're going to take a look at is Netflix. And Netflix, I'm going to cover the daily chart here. And just a review here, we have been mentioning this short level up here near 129, 130 based off of these previous highs right there. So congrats if you took that short, because it is working out very nicely, and we've been posting these videos publicly, so congrats if you took it. We also have this little downtrend line here. This is a very short-term downtrend line. I'm not putting a ton of weight on it just because it only has a few touches, but I just kind of wanted to draw it to show you that we are making some lower highs right there on Netflix. So Netflix, we've got resistance up here at about 121.70. You can see how many touches we have here on the other side, and you can see that we broke below that. So a test of that and the downtrend line should get a rejection on Netflix. The next one we're going to take a look at is Twitter. And Twitter, you can see, broke above this key resistance line right here on this day right here. So really would like to see it trending more than it is right now after breaking over this key resistance. But nonetheless, it is still holding above this support here, and it still has a gap up here that it needs to fill. That gap is right around just below $20 is that gap that may want to fill. So if Twitter holds this trend line here and this support, we can come up here and we can tag that $20 gap fill right there. If it ends up breaking below this trend line and closing below about 1775, that's going to be a short here for Twitter, and it's going to be headed lower. So just pay attention to this level here, about $18, $17.75, and this uptrend line as a make or break level here for Twitter in the near term. If it holds that, it can definitely come up here and fill this gap at $20. The next one we're going to take a look at is GoPro. In GoPro, you can see here, just to review, we did like GoPro for all of this time, every bounce that we got off of that trend line. It worked several times, so congrats if you've been following along on that trade. Now also in the near term, we liked it short ever since it broke this trend line right here, and you can see that that has worked out as well fantastically. So congrats if you've been taking those trades along with these videos we've been making. Now we have resistance up here at 1250, and the nearest support is down here at about 875. You can see that this was definitely a level that we bounced from here, and it's got several touches here, almost a level right here as well. So 875, that is definitely a potential bounce zone here for GoPro. Thanks for stopping by and watching the video, everyone. Again, if you're not already a member, visit us on the home page, get to know us a little bit better. The best part is, once you sign up, you're going to get immediate access to those profitable trade alerts that members are getting on a daily basis. It's a great opportunity. We'd love to help you.